boys and girls. So we just wanted to read you a book. So I'm here with Maggie. I thought everyone would love saying hello to her. Say hi, Mags. Say hi to all the boys and girls. I'm sure they'll be so excited to read with us. So today we are going to read The Umbrella Queen. So as I read, I want you to listen carefully for questions that I'm going to ask you. I hope everyone is doing well. I miss you guys so much. But I just thought it would be fun for us to read together. So listen carefully and listen for some questions. All right, here we go. The Umbrella Queen. The Umbrella Queen by Sharon Yim Bridges. High in the hills of Thailand, there is a village where everyone does the same thing. The same thing people in the village have been doing for hundreds of years, making umbrellas. Big umbrellas, small umbrellas, paper umbrellas, silk umbrellas, red, blue, yellow, pink, green umbrellas. All of them painted with flowers and butterflies by the women and girls of the villages. So what are they making? Yes, they are making umbrellas. Great job. Every New Year's Day, the woman who has painted the most beautiful umbrella is chosen as the umbrella queen, and she leads all the villagers in a big umbrella parade. A little girl named Nook took part in these parades, walking behind older girls who were proudly carrying the umbrellas they painted. How Nook wished she had an umbrella of her own. When can I paint umbrellas? She asked her mother. Newt already knew how the umbrellas were made. She'd watched her father fit thin strips of wood and bamboo together to make umbrella frames. She helped her grandmother make paper to cover the umbrellas, but what Newt wanted to do was what her mother did. She wanted to paint umbrellas. So what did Newt want to do? Right, you did want to paint umbrellas. Great job. Please let me try painting. I promise I'll be careful, said Newt. Newt's mother was working in the garden. Freshly painted umbrellas were propped open around her little huge flowers. Very well, Newt, her mother said, giving Newt an umbrella. Paint on your umbrella what I'm painting on mine. Newt's mother painted a flower. Newt painted a flower. Newt's mother painted some leaves and vines. Newt carefully painted leaves and vines. Newt's mother painted 2 butterflies fluttering around the flowers. Newt painted 2 butterflies fluttering around the flowers. That's very good, Newt, said her mother, impressed. Let's show Pa our umbrellas. They put the 2 umbrellas in front of Newt's father. Newt's grandmother joined them. They all looked from one umbrella to the other. Why, you can hardly tell the difference, Newt's grandmother said. Newt's father gave his daughter a big hug. With a little practice, Newt, you'll be a great umbrella painter. The next day, Newt's mother gave her 5 umbrellas that were ready to be painted. Here's the finished one, Newt, so you'll remember what to paint, said her mother. Then her grandmother gave Newt her very own set of paints and brushes. Finally, her father helped her carry all her things to a spot she picked in the corner for the garden. Newt sat in the sunshine and started to paint. First, she painted the butterflies. Then, she was going to paint the flowers, leaves, and vines. But something made her change her mind. She painted an elephant chasing the butterflies instead. Around the rim of the umbrella, the little elephant chased butterflies. On her second umbrella, the butterflies had flown away. Instead, the little elephant, left alone, was practicing handstands. He did a handstand and then fell down, and then got up and tried again. On Newt's third umbrella, the little elephant was joined by another. The 2 elephants ran around and around, squirting each other with water through their trunks. On the 4th umbrella, a whole string of elephants walked happily, trunk to trunk. And on the last umbrella, the elephants had fun just being silly. So what did Newt paint on her umbrellas? Elephants. Great job. What are you doing? Asked Newt's mother, not very pleased. You're supposed to be painting flowers and butterflies. Newt smiled. But I like elephants, she said. I'm sorry, Newt, said her father. You must paint flowers and butterflies. Yes, Pa, said Newt, trying to hide her disappointment. She knew that all the umbrellas her family made were sold to the village council shop, which sold nothing but flower and butterfly umbrellas. Painting umbrellas wasn't just for fun, it was work to help feed her family. So they used the word disappointment. What does the word disappointment mean? Think about it as you read this page. What do you think they meant by Newt was disappointed? What does disappointment mean? If you said disappointment means sad or maybe upset, you're right. So disappointment means things don't go your way. So sometimes I think we all get disappointed. We expect things to go a certain way. We expect to maybe leave or to go to this fun place. And when it doesn't happen, we feel disappointed or we have disappointment. So every day for the rest of the year, Newt worked hard painting flowers and butterflies. But in the evening, when the air rang with the laughter of children playing hide and seek in the street, Newt gathered up leftover scraps of bamboo and mulberry paper and made tiny doll-sized umbrellas. And these umbrellas she painted with elephants and arranged proudly on her windowsill. Before long, it was time to prepare for the New Year's celebration, including the umbrella parade. For the first time that anyone could remember, the king was going to be spending the New Year holiday in his winter palace nearby. The village council had taken the bold step of inviting the king to come to the village to choose this year's umbrella queen. Every day, all day long, the women laughed and chatted while they worked in their gardens. They talked about whether the king would accept the invitation. Every evening, the men gathered under the big tree in the middle of the village and talked about the same thing. So, do you think the king is going to come be the judge of the umbrellas? Come to their parade? What do you think? Let's find out. Then, one morning, 2 weeks before New Year's Day, the noise outside Newt's window woke her up. The whole village was shouting and laughing and calling out to one another. Newt scrambled out of bed to see what was going on. She could hardly believe it. The king had written to say he was coming to choose the umbrella queen. On the big day, all the families gave their houses a final cleaning and laid their best umbrellas out by their gate, open so that the painted flowers and butterflies faced the road. The king and the village councilors walked down the road, inspecting the umbrellas one by one. Finally, the king stopped in front of Newt's house. He looked carefully at the umbrellas by the gate. These are very beautiful umbrellas, he said to Newt's mother, who bowed deeply but kept her eyes respectfully cast down to the ground. Ooh, I see another word here that we might not know what the word means. Inspecting. What does the word inspecting mean? Inspecting. Do you have a guess? What do you think? Inspecting means to look at something carefully. So maybe you've heard your teacher say to you before, I need you to inspect this passage. Maybe look for the key details or inspect this passage, and I want you to find all of the character traits of this man or this woman. So to inspect means to look carefully at, to pull the details out of. So if we were to say inspect the umbrellas, that would mean that the king was going to look carefully at them. He was going to look at every flower, maybe the color of the flowers, the details of the flowers, maybe the butterflies, see if they're big butterflies or little butterflies. So that's what inspect means. king looked down the road to make sure that this was the last house, as the villagers had now gathered a respectful distance behind him. Turning to them and smiling, he straightened his back to make his announcement. But as he did, something caught his eye. "What are those?" he asked, and stepped forward to take a closer look. Newt's mother almost fainted to see the king peering through a window into her house. "Who painted these strange umbrellas?" asked the king. A murmur went through the crowd as they noticed the tiny umbrellas clustered along the windowsill. "Look," explained the king, "they're covered with tiny elephants." How do you think the king is going to react? So he sees these strange umbrellas in the windowsill. Do you think the king is going to be happy about it or really mad? What do you think? Let's find out. "Did you paint these umbrellas?" the king asked Newt, guessing from the look of her red ears. "Yes, your majesty," replied Newt, bowing deeply. "What is your name?" "Newt, your majesty." "Why such tiny umbrellas?" "The big umbrellas are only for flowers and butterflies," replied Newt, keeping her eyes down. Said the king. "And what's wrong with flowers and butterflies? Why did you need to paint elephants?" "Well," Newt shuddered, wondering how she could explain herself. She frowned and forgot to keep her eyes on the ground. She looked straight up and was surprised to see the king's friendly smile. "I like elephants," the king laughed. "Ladies and gentlemen," he said kindly, taking Newt's hand and turning around to address the rest of the village, "because she paints from her heart, I'm choosing Newt as this year's umbrella queen." Ooh. So it looks like Newt won the contest as the umbrella queen. Thanks so much for reading with me, boys and girls. It was so great seeing you. And I'm sure you'll see more of myself, and let Miss Maggie come say goodbye to you as well. And as Maggie. So say bye, Maggie. Bye.